how does all media monetize? Whether it's cinema, TV, radio, any type of shoot, even print, man, they all monetize. They all have similar monetization factors. They all have certain things in common. And the thing that really stood out to us that we figured out last year is that one of the things we were doing wrong is what most people are doing, what everybody's really doing wrong for the most part, is they're only posting new content on social media. And I didn't know that there was an unwritten rule that you couldn't post something on Instagram that wasn't brand new.
Exactly. So when you hear that, I'm sure a lot of people freaked out when they heard 50,000 clips. That is a lot of clips. How are we able to do that? Well, again, going back to the big media companies. Mm-hmm. Okay, if you're on TBS, TNT, guys, they are playing the same shows over and over and over again. Why? Because they're popular, because they work. The same thing applies here to your social media. When you hear 50,000 clips, a lot of those are the reruns. Mm-hmm. And the question that I would ask everyone is if something worked one time on social media, that's called a clue. Why would you not run that over and over and over again? And we've done this with you, Nick, several times. Mm-hmm. Some of your big hits. And to be honest, the second time I post a clip, I always kind of think to myself, was that just a fluke? Was it just did something crazy happen? But every single time, like clockwork, if a video did really well one time, it does well every single time.
Isn't that crazy?
And the crazy part is when you go to those analytics and you see who viewed that video, it's almost over 90% of the people that viewed that video are non-followers.
Yeah.
So a lot of people think when they post the same clip over and over again, I don't want to spam my people. I don't want to bombard them. The majority of your stuff is going to non-followers. Yeah. And that's how you pick up those new followers. That's how you get all that new attention.
Yeah, I mean, right now as we sit today, my Instagram got 67,000 followers on it. We could post the same clip 10 times, and the chances of all 66 or 67,000, whatever it is, people seeing it is slim to none, that all of them would see it. If you post it 10 times, maybe 35 or 40,000 will see it, but there's still, a third of them that may not or will not.
Right.
And so I think, we're definitely overthinking it all the time. You mentioned like how long ago was Friends shot? How long ago? Like 25 years, give or take. Yeah. Boy, they're making ad dollars on that show right now.
Absolutely.
On multiple.
Right.
On multiple platforms, on multiple channels, on multiple networks. So how we were able to do that is we basically broke down where's the like all media is made to advertise to you create media it's an investment for a return, right? And if you think about when you're creating content or any type of digital media, where's the majority of the expense in content creation? Is it in the creation part of it or the distribution part of it?
Yeah. I mean, you got to get the stuff out there. And we post a lot of ads because we've really been into that a lot lately. Mm-hmm. And again, in this new world that we live in where everyone's a little bit kind of ADD, it takes people a really, really long time before. Give me that figure again, Nick. What is it? How many touches over 30 days, roughly?
It's about 32 touches over like 22 to 23 days. 32 digital touches over 22 to 23 days before somebody becomes like a lead or will have a two-way conversation.
Yeah. So you really have to hammer people over the head. And again, working with clients, a lot of the times they do feel like they are repeating themselves. And again, if you have a good message or a product or service, you should be repeating yourself a lot. Mm-hmm. But it takes a lot of exposure, especially in the year 2025, before people will, recognize you. You want to be the most recognizable face. I can promise you right now, Nick Hyder's the most recognizable face on social media. To me, anyway, on my algorithm.
That's what I'm talking about. That means we're doing a good job. Well, think about what you just said, though. All right, so as we're sitting here today at the Sphere in Vegas, the Backstreet Boys just finished a major residency. All right, they're probably adding some dates to it. Now, did the Backstreet Boys were there performing all new content, all new music?
Oh yeah, brand new.
Is that how it was? Have they released new music lately? They were at the one of the most sought after venues on earth, performing stuff. A lot of it that came out 25 years ago. New money on old content.
Absolutely. And again, like with those guys, with everything, if it's not broken, don't fix it.
Yeah.
Those guys, NSYNC, all those guys, whatever, they are, living off of the stuff that they did years ago. Mm-hmm. And again, it goes back to why not do the same thing with your social media?
That's right. Well, so think about it. When the Backstreet Boys were performing all those songs on stage at the Sphere, they weren't performing the songs off the albums that nobody ever heard. They were performing the hits that got played on the radio millions of times, that sparked millions of album sales, that won multiple awards, right? And if you think about it, as you get into content creation, at some point in time, you're going to have a whole bunch of it that you have either created yourself or paid somebody to help you create, and like those are assets, man. Like, so it's like literally like, think about if all your videos, if you just changed out all the social media content that has ever been created for yourself, and if it was no longer a video file, but instead it was $1, would you just leave it sitting there to do nothing all in the vault all day long, or would you keep sending it out,
right,
in the form of an investment?
And
right?
that's the beautiful thing that we do here at the Hit Lab is we get these people to come in here, shoot their content, share their message, share their product, share their service. And over a period of time, as they go through this evolution, we do have that catalog. And by that point in time, we can go back and look at, okay, this did well, and pick those common denominators and then really build content around the stuff that is working well.
Well, think about what we're talking about, all right? I don't want to get out. Some people might be confused a little bit right now. So think about this for a second. All right, all right. So in the world of music, in the 80s or 90s, Paul McCartney and Michael Jackson were buddies, and then they had a riff, right? Why? Because Michael Jackson bought the masters to the Beatles. He owned the catalog of the Beatles, all their hits, right? So every time a song played on the radio, Paul McCartney didn't get paid, Michael Jackson did. All right. We heard about Taylor Swift buying back her masters from her old record label. Folks, when you make social media content, if you hire the right team, you own your own masters. Okay? So those are assets. And when you have a catalog of videos, just like, I don't know, Michael Jackson, he had hundreds, if not thousands of songs that he recorded. And then he released a bunch of them, and some of those became hits. Those are the ones that we still listen to on repeat today, right? So as you're releasing content and you start to have hits, those clips that get watched over and over, that get shared thousands or tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of times, that perform extremely well and get lots of engagement and lots of comment and spark lots of DMs, why wouldn't you run it again? Thanks for tuning in. Like and subscribe for more, and visit nickhyder.com.